Beginner's Guide for Ppei, the wax artist. He has two external traits, wax coat and melt and congeal, which we'll be talking about first. Wax coat. What is wax coat? Wax coat is when you're stunned by pallets or other abilities, survivors will automatically get wax applied onto them. That's 25% wax, such as Antiquarian, Forward, Enchantress. For the Hunter, stun recovery speed is increased by 10% because of this ability. Hunter can vault over 100% waxed off windows and can also break 100% waxed off pallets. Since survivors can't vault 100% waxed off windows, Hunter can still vault it, and that's his ability. As we can see here, Enchantress is going to utilize her one mini stun and she gets immediately 25% wax on her. You can see it next to the name, and even when she uses her triple stun, it just counts as one stun, so it's another 25% wax. Here the Hunter is waxing off the window, and as you can see, he can just vault it. There isn't any issues, and the wax will stay on the window, so it'll still be blocked. His second external trait is melt and congeal, so he can switch between hot wax and cold wax, and he gets hot wax at full presence. There is no cooldown for switching back and forth, but there is a cooldown on hot wax, which we will learn about later. At 0 presence, the Hunter has Sputter, which is basically his wax gun. By using this wax gun, wax can be sprayed continuously, and the wax will latch onto survivors or objects such as pallets, windows, cipher machines, or the exit gates. There is no cooldown for this ability, except as we can see from this video, you can see how much wax the Hunter has on the bottom of the screen. That shows how much wax there is, and if you continuously use it, this wax will run out and you won't be able to use this ability, but it gets charged up pretty fast. You usually have enough wax when you need it as the Hunter. And in this video, you can see the wax gun slowly builds up. When survivors are waxed, what kind of debuffs do survivors get? When survivors have 20% wax, interaction speed will be reduced by 5% and movement speed will be reduced by 2%. If survivors have 50% wax, their interaction speed is going to be reduced by 10%, movement speed is going to be reduced by 4%. If survivors have 80% wax, interaction speed is reduced by 20% and movement speed is reduced by 6%. At 100% wax, survivors will be stunned for 3 seconds. If survivors' wax progress does not increase within 12 seconds, the wax will actually decrease 15% per second. 100% wax pallets, windows, cipher machines, exit gates will be blocked for 15 seconds. Just important things to remember: if you're 100% wax, you'll be stunned for 3 seconds. If pallets, windows, cipher machines, or exit gates are 100% waxed, it'll be blocked for 15 seconds. And why do I say 100% waxed? Because if certain objects are not 100% waxed, then it won't be blocked off. Instead, wax will land onto you. So we're going to have a video to kind of show you how the wax builds up onto survivors and objects. As you can see here, there's about 50% wax on the cipher machine, and as the mechanic touched the cipher machine, she got 25% wax landed on her. She let go, she touched it again, she got more wax on her. And even if you don't let go, if there's wax on the cipher machine while you decode, it will actually, more wax will build up until it completely disappears. So here there's 50% wax on this window, 25% wax onto the Enchantress, vaulted again, another 23% wax. Here there's only like less than 50% wax on this palette. She's going to vault it and she's only going to get 16% wax. On this palette, there's about 50%. So you can see like the amount of wax on the objects. If it's around 50% wax, they're going to get about 25% wax. This is 100% wax on the window. Survivors can't interact with it at all. Unlike the Hunter, he could still vault. This is what 100% wax looks like on the palette. It's completely covered. Just keep in mind that if some palette window is blocked off completely, you have to take a different kiting route. Always be prepared for that situation. At first presence, we finally get solid wax. It's also called wax block, wax bomb, wax ball. It's just a big chunk of wax. This wax bomb will attach to survivors or objects that are within 4.2 meters. The throwing distance of this wax bomb is 42 meters. So objects that are within 4.2 meters and the throwing distance is 42 meters. If it lands on objects, it will be 100% wax, so it will completely block off the window, the palette, the cipher machine. If it lands on survivors, survivors get 25% wax. The cooldown for this ability is 18 seconds. When the hunter uses the wax gun, the wax has to build up to 100%. When hunter uses the wax bomb, it doesn't have to build up. It will be 100% and it will block cipher machines, block windows immediately. And we've also seen as the enchantress entered into the 4.2 meter zone, she also got 25% wax. So just know if the wax bomb is used, that area will be blocked off completely and you have to take a different kiting route. I have a different accessory on I don't know if that's the skin or the accessory, but it looks pretty. And the wax remaining right now, it's on practice mode, so it's not reducing, but that would actually reduce. And on top of that, there's no cooldown for the wax bomb because this is practice mode, but remember there is a cooldown for the wax bomb, which is 18 seconds. And you can see this cipher being waxed off completely with the wax bomb. On survivors, the wax bomb will only increase by 25%. And again, it's in practice mode, that's why I can just use it consecutively, but there is a cooldown of 18 seconds. And finally, at full presence, the hunter will have molten wax. Molten wax, or usually called hot wax, lasts for 25 seconds. Hunter can also deactivate it before the 25 seconds. So if the survivor gets hit with 100% hot wax, they will basically eat a normal attack, and this is even when the hunter has detention. If the survivor goes down with hot wax, with 100% hot wax, then they will only lose 50% health. The cooldown for this ability is 25 seconds. And a very important aspect about this ability is when survivors are injured with hot wax, there's no attack recovery, so hunter can just swing and then down survivors immediately. And that's why survivors have to be very careful when feeding presents to wax artists. Sometimes they don't go for the second rescue on the second chair for survivors because they don't want the hunter to have full presence. Another way that the wax artist utilizes this ability to his advantage is when there is a half-health survivor, you know cipher machines are primed, you're going to down that half-health survivor with hot wax. That way ciphers are going to pop, the survivor will be back up, but you're not in attack recovery because there is no attack recovery at hot wax. That means you can immediately swing and down the survivor with detention. How do survivors negate this? Survivors will then have to either bring flywheel or some kind of ability to counteract this at the end game situation. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see the hot wax is in red, so that's how survivors know the hunter is using hot wax, is when it's glowing red. So hot wax can be used as the wax bombs or just with the wax gun, and if it hits 100, he's going to be able to land 50% damage. Now here is the gameplay of the hot wax trick. He's going to hit him with the normal wax. It's not hot wax. He's stunned for 3 seconds, and then the hunter is going to quickly change to hot wax and then get the 50% injury onto him and then swing at him immediately. So a healthy survivor is downed immediately. So same thing here. First, the hunter stuns the survivor with normal wax, quickly changes to hot wax, and then it injures him. The survivor negates it by immediately using flywheel, and the hunter's hit does not connect. So I said, how does survivors negate this hot wax ability? We're either going to bring flywheel or you're going to utilize your ability. First officer is coming in for the rescue. He's at full health, but the hunter gets 100% wax, is able to hot wax him. He's 50% damage. He's going to take the hit, but he can still get the rescue because he's utilizing his pocket watch and he has that extra 5 seconds to get the rescue off. And that is how survivors work around this ability. Or just quickly get the rescue before you have 100% wax, which means you may have to come early in for the rescue or go in for like a double rescue. This is your wax artist guide. Now we have a lot of gameplay from IJL Autumn 2025 and IVL Autumn 2025 that you can take a look at, and also you understand better by playing the character. So just go into practice mode, play this character. It helps a lot. Good luck. Against AXIZ. Right now, they're tied in the number of rounds win, which is 1 each, and the points are completely tied. So round number 3 will most likely determine quite a lot of things. And we can actually see the MS is like 13, the ping. And it looks like the first I'm so distracted. The first survivor that the hunter will be going after is going to be the novelist. We have only a little bit of wax, so he's doing a very good job. Oh, wonderful pallet stun, but the wax is building up because of it. However, he does have his book to utilize and quite a lot of obstacles to hide behind, so he will be pretty okay, maybe possibly. He might eat a lot of wax here. Wonderful pallet stun yet again, but the wax is still building up. I mean, the wax will build up eventually, so yeah. And now he needs to keep looking back to make sure he recharges his book. Gonna eat some more wax here. 98%. Does he have flywheel? No, he does not, so he's just gonna take that hit with 98% wax. So he needs that wax to start to go down because it's a little dangerous here, but it is going to slowly start to reduce, and he has bought enough time. 62% wax. So this novelist is doing an incredibly good job. Going to utilize his book once more to go inside of the cottage or shack. Hunter's gonna block off that area, forcing him to go out into the open, but he does have triple pallets here to work with, but he's not gonna go there. He's gonna go towards the middle, and he will be going down for the first time. However, if you look at the cipher progress, it's looking incredibly good. We see one cipher machine is almost done, or they're gonna keep it primed because of a audience effect. 2 cipher machines have been completed or are primed, and the 3rd cipher machine will be primed real soon. Hunter's going to be throwing some wax at that cipher machine and stopping it from being worked on. Meanwhile, we can see Tuna is coming in for the rescue as the patient. Is that the patient? Okay, it looks kind of blurry. Maybe it's not the patient. I wasn't paying attention. We will find out. Oh no, he's gonna decode. So it looks like KaKaKa maybe possibly coming in. No, they might just sell because they don't want to give full presence to the wax artist. But they are feeding tinnitus, so maybe an after half rescue, or just not a rescue at all. We can see that the 4th and 5th cipher machines are progressing quite well. KaKaKa coming in for the rescue is going to take the hit and getting the rescue with Tide Turner, giving Nyan a possibility or better chance to kite away from the cipher machines, and it looks like he was able to get that window vault. Hunter's just gonna vault right behind, block off that window with the he was expecting him to go the other way, but he's going towards the corner instead. So winning the mind game here as the novelist, hiding behind these walls. Wow, he's just doing a very good job. He has barely eaten a lot of wax. Is going to utilize his book and hide behind this window once again. Double window. But he's out in the open, so it looks like he will be going down, and that will be the end for the novelist since it is his... Wait, it was after half rescue. So, second chair returning to the manor, we can see that all cipher machines are primed, and it's the endgame situation with 3 survivors up and running. Where is the last cipher machine? We can see that the dungeon is in the middle, and I'm guessing the last cipher machine is that corner where Tuna just hooked towards. Ado's waiting at the exit gate, and KaKaKa probably at the other exit gate. Cipher machines have already been popped and worked on. Hunter is now going to change targets and go towards Ado as the puppeteer for the next chase. Mind you, Puppeteer can tank a detention hit, but he needs to be careful not to get that hot wax, because if he can't tank a detention hit and a hot wax. So it looks like he's heading towards the middle where the dungeon is. We see that 2 survivors are already at the gate. It's the end game situation. They're gonna leave, and the Puppeteer, he needs to use Daunted incredibly well if he wants to make it. And he gets the 100% wax, and he will be down and returned for first half. SC needs to get a round win in round 4 in order to make it to round 5. If they don't have enough round wins in order to move on to round 5. So this may decide everything. So there's a lot of pressure on the side of SZ Hunter to get as much survivors eliminated to make it easier for their survivors in the second half. First chase is going to be Rioli as the Seer. Ooh. Be careful here not to allow him to get more owls. Wonderful pellet stun on the side of the Seer, but that is going to add more wax. So at 61% wax, he's going to loop this area. Already threw down this pallet because, you know, you can do 1 pallet stun, but you don't want to risk too many pallet stuns because then the wax will pile up. Needs to make sure to also utilize his owl before he gets 100%. Oh, and that drained quite a lot. Oh, it's stacking back up. It's at 80, and he's being very careful here. is able to utilize the owl right as he gets 100% wax and is able to stay alive yet a little bit longer, throwing down this pallet and keep looping around this area. Has another pallet here to work with, but will take that hit while dropping down this pallet. Hunter going to close the distance utilizing warp. He goes back towards the entrance of the warp but isn't able to make it to this pallet, so he will be going down. We have 4 cipher machines that are currently in progress because we do have that lucky guy with a mechanics bot. Unti ready to come in for this rescue as the antiquarian. She does also have Tide Turner. We have 3 survivors with Tide Turner: the lucky guy, the antiquarian, and the mercenary. So they're really preparing for whoever gets chased, but the hunter chose that one survivor that doesn't have Tide Turner. It's going to be able to, ooh, wonderful flywheel, but does get 100%. So she's stunned. They were both stunned, and then she took the hit and was able to get the rescue. Now the hunter is back onto the seer, and the wax is just stacking up so quickly because he is out in the open. He wasn't able to really transition away. So it looks like our first cipher machine has been completed. The second cipher machine is primed. Third at 87 and the fourth at 50. Second chair for Rioli. It doesn't look like he was able to get another owl quite yet. And the next survivor coming in for the rescue is going to be City as the mercenary. Hunter is checking the entrance of the tent, but he went all the way around. Hasn't quite noticed the mercenary yet. Hunter already has full presence because of the owl hit, obviously, but you know. Ooh, wonderful elbow pad, is able to make it to the chair and get the rescue before he is expiring with Tide Turner once again. He has a little more areas to work with because he has the walls and he can avoid getting all the wax stacked up onto him, but he is forced away from this walls and he has to hide behind this pallet. He does have another owl and he's just waiting for the perfect moment to throw down this pallet, but the hunter is making it very hard and he's unable to. Oh, he gets the hot wax down and now he is chaired and sent back to the manor. 3 cipher machines completed, 4th cipher machine primed, last cipher machine at 70%. Latty is going to be changing to teleport and teleporting to first off cipher machine where Soba was currently at. It looks like he's the one survivor that's at full health. It's good in the sense that, oh, hot wax and immediately downing. And that's the first chair for Soba. However, 4 cipher machines have been completed. Last cipher machine at 81, but it must be this cipher machine at first stop. So now they have to start a new cipher machine and they're all at half health and they have to go for this rescue. So things are looking incredibly bad for the side of the survivors. Hunter's just going to be locking up that second story window and City's going to be going all the way around. Question is, will they be able to prime the cipher machine in time? Hunter has tinnitus, so he's expecting the survivor to be on the second story, but he isn't. And he's making his way all the way around. Hunter can utilize hot wax, so he has to be very careful. Hunter's going to be getting rid of the bot here. And we do get the alert that the lucky guy is on the chair, so the hunter already knows that he sees City. City needs to make sure that he doesn't get 100% wax because then he can get hot wax and then hit and then he will be down immediately. And if we look, he does have bar time. Both of them have bar time. He needs to elbow pad and make the rescue right now. He is able to make the rescue. Gets a hit onto City with the hot wax. And we'll be able to down Soba. Cipher machines pop endgame situation. 3 survivors up and running. The situation was looking so incredibly hard for the side of RC survivors, but amazing rescue and avoiding the hot wax and the wax by the mercenary just saved the entire game, being able to get that rescue without going down. And it looks like the Soba will be taking this kite once again. Both exit gates are being opened. The one at 4th stop, oh, it looks like the one at first stop actually opened up faster, so the mercenary has opened his exit gate. Soba just needs to stay alive for a little bit longer and make sure that the hunter can't teleport to the exit gate that hasn't been opened yet. Wonderful mind games by this lucky guy, buying so much time behind this one wall. And the exit gates are open, so this is a 2-man escape for the side of RC. Question is, where is the dungeon? If it is here, he can possibly try to get it. He's eating a lot of wax here. Oh my goodness, he's left. The dungeon's open. He has 100% wax and he is able to down it. So SZ Hunter still AXIZ survivors. We're gonna see the wax artist on Dark Woods. He's heading towards the middle where he will be running into Ppei as the first chase, likely first chase. We've been seeing Ppei taking the first chase for quite a lot, so it is safe to say they're most likely the... Oh, but Ppei's the forward, so most likely not the target the hunter's looking for. It looks like hunter's looking for Ryoli, who's hiding behind the hunter's cottage, being very patient here. Hunter does see the blood trails of the survivor, so he will be able to get the switch onto the hunter and make it right back inside with the pallet. We can also see that the... So it looks like he's gonna make it to the second floor, drop right down, and rotate right back in because you have a nice strong pallet inside of the cottage, which will be happening, but you're gonna have to leave the cottage because the basement is here. But he could loop around one more time, but he doesn't have enough distance, so he's gonna head towards the pallets, and possible another book switch here isn't quite ready now that I think about it. Oh, it is ready now, but 100% wax is gonna be taking that hit, and we'll be transitioning even further away from the hunter's cottage. You don't want to be chair in the basement because that is very difficult for survivors to work with. Is going to utilize the switch. Okay, I thought there was going to be like he's going to force him back inside of this warp, but he was also inside of this warp, so it doesn't really work that way. He's going to do a very good job here at the logs, is able to swing right past it and avoid the wax even more, but now the wax is building up. He's kind of in an open area. Hunter has caught up, flywheels and gets rid of the wax, but now he's going to be going down, and that is the first down for the side of the ZETA Hunter. We can see that the basement is really close, but is the Hunter going to take him to the basement? No, he's not, thankfully. And Ppei is ready for this rescue. We can see one cipher machine is done, second one is primed, and the third one is at 66%. Pretty good cipher progress for the first kite. Looks like the hunter has found the forward, so he's going to utilize his rugby ball to make it all the way to the chair, take this hit, get the rescue before half with Ty Turner, and Ryoli will be leaving further and further away from the hunter's cottage. Looks like he's going to be taking a hit here. Thankfully on the side of the survivors, it's not a double down situation, but he doesn't want to give the hunter full presence, because we don't want to have hot wax quite yet, so he keeps his distance and he's able to fall without giving him additional presence. What we've also seen survivors do quite a lot of times is they sell during the second chair so that they can avoid giving full presence, but I'm not sure what the survivors will do. We do see Ty Turner on the embalmer. Oh, we're going to go for a second rescue, and it is going to be the embalmer coming in for this rescue. Going to be taking that hit and getting the rescue with Ty Turner once again. Hunter is trying to get additional hits. Nope, he's going to go right back to Ryoli. Going to switch with him and has another pallet stun, which does put wax onto the novelist, but this is going to allow him to transition out. You have two pallets here that he can work with. Needs to make sure the hunter does not catch up and is able to make it. But oh, wonderful pallet stun yet again. 3 cipher machines completed. Fourth one, oh, he's frozen now, so we'll be going down for the final time because it is his third chair. We can see 4 cipher machines have been completed. Soba is setting up his coffin, and the last cipher machine at 37 with an additional cipher machine at 14. They may choose to heal because it is endgame situation and they have to prime up an entire cipher. Soba on the other hand is just going to be decoding the cipher machine at the Hunter Cottage exit gate. And the hunter will be going after City, who is the only survivor at full health, but he has a lot of items to work and utilize. Is going to utilize his upward propel, push the hunter away and hide behind the wooden walls. So far 68%. Hunter does have hot wax and he's trying to mind game in here, but he's waiting around at this pallet instead. Oh, throwing a nice wax bomb. Gonna loop this area, but Hunter is eventually gonna catch up. He's gonna utilize the hot wax flywheel to avoid the immediate down, and now he is able to kite for a little bit longer. He still has 2 jetpacks to utilize as well, so if the Hunter gets too close, he can utilize those jetpacks, and is doing a very good job creating a lot of distance and staying out of line of sight. We can see the last Cypher machine is at 80, so it looks like he will be able to kite long enough. He needs to get the swing, and he is able to do so, but now it looks like the Hunter is going to be swinging right behind him, so no wax being landed onto him. 94%. It's looking like the Cypher machines are going to be primed. Make sure he doesn't go down to the hot wax. 77% wax. Being very patient here. Trying not to get waxed. He needs to throw down this pallet and then they need to pop. So he's going to throw down this pallet. Hunter's going to be breaking this pallet. Another pallet here to work with. Oh, Hunter walking right through. Oh no, the hot wax is available and the Cypher machines are not. Okay, they just popped it after. Oh, they waited a second because they knew the Hunter would swing immediately. So they waited for him to swing and then they popped the Cypher machine. Great communication on the side of the survivors. We're going to use warp to make it to the bonfire, blocking off one of the exits, but all the survivors are at the opposite exit gate. And now the Hunter knows that he's going to go back with the warp, and he will be running into City once again, taking this kite. He's just waiting around. Hunter changing targets to Unpy. He had a elbow pad and a football, but he has so much football left to utilize. Okay, he's gonna go safely football to the pallet. Hunter is going to do the backlight trick here. He's being very patient. Hunter is forced to break this pallet. Both exit gates are being opened. He's hiding behind this one locker. Has another pallet here to work with. Utilizes his football, but the Hunter, he's out in the open. Now he's going to be able to get a hit onto the survivor. He misses! And he's able to, make it all the way to this pallet yet again. Okay, a lot of mind games. Both exit gates are open, and he will be going down. And this is a 2-man escape for the side of RC survivors. Going against the RC survivors is going to be the wax artist on the lakeside village. He's going to be blocking off that second story window before he makes his way to the second story, where he'll be running into Soba as the first survivor. It is also the coordinator, but it looks like she's going to take the... Ooh, she's trying to drop down, but the Hunter was not on the second floor yet, so he's just going to meet her at the first floor and will just be chasing her from there. So a lot of distance is lost for the side of the survivor, and we got a lot of wax building up onto her. 56% wax. Hunter's gonna try to is able to get that stun. That was so close. He almost hid behind the stairs, but was able to get that wonderful stun. The windows here are blocked, so Soha needs to be a little careful here, but the window, the ledge on the second story is now open, but Hunter is bombarding it with wax, is able to get the hit onto her for the first time. No items left onto this coordinator, so it's going to be a raw kite. We have lots of pallets here to work with, and the obstacles around this area is quite tall, so they can block off the wax. One thing that works in favor of this coordinator. Doing a good job avoiding line of sight. Only 20%, and we have a seer, so we got an owl coming in for support as well. He's observing, but not a lot of wax on her quite yet. He's going to be utilizing the owl so that she can throw down this pallet. 60% wax. Ooh, but unfortunately gets hit while throwing down the second pallet and will be going down for the first time. We see one Cypher machine has been completed, two that one's 80, one's 70, so they will be primed pretty soon. And we're gonna have what looks like Rioli coming in for the rescue, who is the Pharaoh Lady, so very unlikely. Not Rioli, it's probably gonna be City. But City is running towards the ship, so maybe not City either, or they might just be selling this survivor because they don't want full presence wax, because that hot wax is proven to be quite troublesome for a lot of the survivors. Okay, they're starting on their fourth Cypher machine. Two Cypher machines are stopped at 80%. Okay, they're starting up the last two Cypher machines. Still, okay, City is waiting for an possible after-half rescue. No tinnitus being triggered either. He's safely at a very far distance as the Gravekeeper. Okay, Hunter's now walking towards the ship where he does get tinnitus. And also the Cypher machine is moving on the ship, so he knows there's a survivor there. Ooh, gonna be hit outside of his shovel right away. Now he needs to be careful of this wax, but he doesn't have hot wax yet, so he can just take this hit. But will he be able to make it? He is able to make it. Immediate hit onto the coordinator. It looks like he just wanted to make sure that this coordinator is sent back to the manor. Meanwhile, we see 4 Cypher machines with quite a lot of progress. So we're trying to die at this dock area. She needs to drop down. Drops down so that it'll be hard for the hunter. Well, it'll be a long distance, and she has to go through the water, which actually slows down this movement speed. So just trying to buy a little more time for the side of the survivors. We can see most of the Cypher machines are primed. Last one at 82%, and they're all full health. Hunter has all 3 peepers, so he can just change his trait whenever he feels like it is necessary. I don't think I saw him placing peepers down anytime. It looks like he was keeping his trait a secret. We don't have any harassers though, so looks like Hunter's going to utilize his wax bomb and block off that shore Cypher machine. Got 1 Cypher machine at the docks, and Rioli on the exit gate Cypher. That is going to be blocked off as well. And the next chase seems like it will be the Pharaoh. No, he's going to change the teleport, and he's going to teleport straight to the shore Cypher machine, where he will be running into the Gravekeeper. His last shovel. Now he's going to be heading towards, away from his Cypher machine, and the Pharaoh Lady is going to be starting a new Cypher machine, only at 20%, so the Hunter still has enough time to down the survivor. He's going to be breaking this pallet, and the Gravekeeper also exited from his shovel, so now he still has a little more shovel to utilize to take a hit. Oh, but 100% wax here, got the hot wax, is able to injure him, and it doesn't. Oh, he was able to make it. Oh, interestingly, the Pharaoh Lady is stealing the Cypher progress from this shore Cypher machine to finish up the rock Cypher, and it is prime. So end game situation, he is inside of the shovel. They're gonna pop the Cypher machine, and he also does have borrowed time, and survivors get that speed boost, so that's gonna allow him to transition into the cabin. Teleport is still on cooldown because Hunter did teleport straight to the shore Cypher machine. Exit gates being open, 60, it's looking like a 2-man escape for the side of RC. City buying so much time, and teleport not being up, he's not going to be able to make it to the other side, so he's just going to have to take this 2-man elimination situation. The dungeon is in middle-ish area, and we'll be able to finally down this survivor. Really good job on the side of the survivors. Not a lot of injuries coming in for that rescue, and very long kites so that the Cypher machines could be. Hunter going against ZETA survivors. We're going to have the wax artist on Moonlit River Park. So if the Hunter gets... The Hunter has to get a 3-man elimination to win. If he gets a 2-man elimination, then they're going to calculate the time, and during the last matchup against RC and ZETA, ZETA survivors were able to get out faster or finish the match faster because it was an opera singer match. And in this, just the first half, it was a dream match which takes a long time. So if it comes to time, ZETA's gonna win because they're gonna be able to finish this matchup faster if it's this guy, wax artist, compared to a dream witch. So we'll have to see what actually happens, but that's what I'm guessing is going to be the issue. And so the first chase is going to be the gardener is able to summon her bubble just in time, but is it gonna pop? His body blocking. He wants to get the hit, flywheels, and is able to stay at full health and drop down this pallet. Now she's transitioning, but she's going to be running into Dolisu, who is the acrobat. Does look like he possibly can get some assistance. Oh, looks like she was trying to summon the bubble in time, wasn't able to do so. He's going to be blocking off that Cypher machine. Got 1 Cypher machine primed. Second Cypher Machine 80, wonderful pallet stun. Third Cypher Machine 70, Cypher progress is working incredibly well. Got the bubble summon 93%, but it looks like he will be able to get the 100% and will be able to down the survivor for the first time. But Cypher progress looking incredibly good. Already starting with the fourth Cypher Machine, and this is the first chair for the Gardener. We got Dolisu with wanted order. Kazuneko intent. Hunter's going to try to block off this Cypher Machine with the wax bomb. And Shinami trying to make his way towards the chair, but he doesn't want to get too much of an early rescue, so he's going back and away from the chair. He's going to utilize his pocket watch, and this is going to allow KZ and Gate to get a possible backdoor rescue, but Alf does not fall for it, and he comes back to the chair. And that actually allows Shinami to actually come back. Oh, nope. KZNK is coming in for the rescue. He's getting the portrait ready. Gets the 100% wax. He's just gonna let him. Ooh, is able to take the rescue before half with Ty Turner. Extremely great clutch rescue on the side of Kazuneko. But is able to get the down onto the Gardener. Cypher progress though is looking great. 3 Cypher Machine, they just popped it. Which is good because that means they don't have to travel back to the Cypher Machine, but it's bad because audience effect is no longer available. And she will be chaired once again. Now they have a portrait, so they can actually get the rescue, and they can also help with the rebound kite. Gonna have Shinami coming in for the rescue with Ty Turner, with Ty Turner, but with also wanted order, but it didn't matter because he was already there. Gets 100%. Ooh, needs to be careful of the hot wax here. Ooh, and gets the hit onto Shinami. He is going down, but he does have that pocket watch, so he is able to still get that rescue even though he was hit. Last Cypher Machine, 80%. Flywheel. She has the bubble summon, 100% wax. Use your hot wax. Oh, well, he needs to use the hot wax so that before that, okay, he's just gonna take the normal hit. Cypher Machines are not ready. Is he able to pick it up? He's able to pick her up just in time. Cypher Machines pop. It's the end game situations. Even if 2 survivors leave, that's still, I mean, first survivor sent back to the manor, but Cypher Machines are completely finished. We're opening up the exit gates. Hunter is going to be blocking off Shinami's exit gate, which is allowing the opposite exit gate to open up. We have warp and trump cards still available. He's going to be teleporting to the opposite exit gate because there's 2 survivors here, and he can't let the game end too early. But Dolisu takes the roller coaster. You can see second stop is also been pressed because it's green, and now he's making it all the way to third stop. His third stop open. That's a three-man escape. So the reason Alf had to teleport there is because only 1 survivor was at this exit gate, and it's open. And then that means 2 survivors are on the opposite exit gate. That means he needs to at least get a 3-man elimination. Oh, he's gonna make sure not to look at the portrait. He looks at the portrait and he's stunned, and that allows the 3-man escape, and that's a win for ZETA. Going against WBG survivors, for the side of WBG survivors is, in order to win, they have to get a 4-man escape. Anything less than a 4-man escape is a win for TE. So for the side of the TE Hunter, he just needs to go for a 1-man elimination. We got Ppei coming back in for round 5. It looks like his first chase is going to be the cheerleader. Already made her way up the tree house and made it across the swing. He's going to be swinging right behind her and still making sure that she's nearby. Trying to get some wax onto this cheerleader, about 20% so far, hiding behind the walls here. Hunter is not going to be breaking this pallet, and seeing that she's far away from the pallet, he is just going to be following her and going around the walls, hiding behind the rocks. Going to utilize her motivate for faster movement speed to try and make it to the... Ooh, we're going to get the assistance of the novelist to swap and get the pallet stun. Gets 100% wax and will be able to get the first hit onto the cheerleader. Hunter cutting him off from entering into the Hunter's cottage. Will be trying to gain 100% wax here on this cheerleader once again. Is able to do so. Will be able to down the survivor for the first time. A fairly early down. We got 60, 50, and 40. And the basement is here. Survivors have to rescue because they need the 4-man escape. Thankfully, they do have a Gravekeeper with Tide Turner, so he's going to allow the cheerleader to get out of the basement area and kite outside so that they can go for the second save. Hunter, seeing that the Gravekeeper is in his shovel form, is just going to be waiting downstairs. Because he's going to be just dropping right down. Is able to get the rescue, get the immediate hit right back onto the cheerleader. We have a lot of support. We have 2 more people supporting this cheerleader. We got Gokar waiting at the pallet to go for a secret possible pallet stun. And the Hunter's just waiting for the cheerleader to drop down after Tide Turner is over. Gokar hiding to harass this Hunter. And it looks like the Hunter has noticed him, is going to be utilizing his wax bombs. He's going to be able to throw down this pallet. Hiding around this pallet, Hunter trying to get more wax onto the survivor. Isn't able to get any hit onto him. 47% healing, is able to push him back. Okay, we got the wax bomb, is able to freeze him, so that's going to allow him to chair him right outside of Hunter's cottage. Cypher machines, 90, 70, 60, 60. And Gokar does not have Tide Turner. In fact, none of the other survivors have Tide Turner, so it looks like Persica may be coming in for this rescue. Okay, no, it's going to be Huey. It's going to be the Gravekeeper coming in for this rescue, and the batter has to keep the cheerleader alive. But the fact that there's 2 people coming in for the rescue, wonderful push, means there is that much less survivors decoding. Okay, was able to get the push with his bomb. Hunter's going to utilize Warp once again, closing the distance. Cheerleader, you're going to utilize Motivate to make it back inside of Hunter's cottage, and the support of the batter is going to be body blocking the wax. Is able to push him away, but gets 100% wax, and the hot wax is available to injure the... Actually, no, he wasn't able to injure the batter. Batter's still at full health, so he's going to continue to body block. Ooh, wonderful push. But this is going to be the last chair for the cheerleader, so they have to do all the support necessary. He's just going to be blocking the exit gate. Cheerleader made it all the way around the cottage, and she's making it towards the pallets here. Another wonderful push from the batter. Hunter is not going to be injuring or downing this batter anytime soon, and he's still going for this cheerleader. It misses the wax bomb. And coding back to cheering and transitioning away. Batter standing right behind her. 4th Cypher machine just completed. Last Cypher machine 62. Are they going to be able to do this? It's still going to be incredibly hard. Okay, lots of wax building up. Wonderful push once again, stunning the Hunter with his ball. 85%. Cypher machine's almost done. 2-man body block team right now. Hunter's gonna be able to drop down. Body blocking once again. Got the wonderful push by the batter. Cypher machine's primed end game situation. They're gonna be leaving. They can't leave her. They have to die for the cheerleader. And it looks like the Gravekeeper will be going down for this cheerleader. Hunter is he just needs to chair this cheerleader. And this exit gate here is not being opened. Persica is going across the map to open up this exit gate. Is able to get the 100% wax and will be able to down this survivor. But question is the batter going to be able to make it in time to get the rescue? Batter has 1 ball left and he isn't able to do so. Win condition has been completed. We're going to have the swap and the Palestine by the Novelist. Exit gate still not being open. We did get the self-heal usage from the Gravekeeper. No, he was actually healed up by Gokar, most likely. Okay, it looks like survivors are all running towards the opposite gate. We got Hunter downing the batter and back onto the Novelist. Not much the Novelist can do here. He almost has another book. Flywheel is able to make it to the pallet, but a lot of wax is being eaten at the time. He can utilize his book. Will be able to get another pallet stun with 100%. Is able to make the vault just in time. Trying to get his book charged up once again. We got another healing coming in, and the batter is back up at 100% health. Persica buying quite a lot of time for the teammates. We're going to see Huey also getting healed up, and Persica will be going down here while throwing down this pallet. Hunter still not chairing the survivors. Gokur waiting here nearby the downed novelist. The window there's blocked off, and now he will be going down and next to this novelist. Hunter going right back through the warp so that he could pick up the novelist, chair him for the first time. Exit gate has finally been opened up by the Gravekeeper. Only survivor at full health. Detention is now over. And it looks like the Hunter will be not able to pick up this batter quite yet. Batter has healed himself up. He's going to go for the rescue. Hunter is going to go towards the chair. Flywheel on the side of the Gravekeeper. Did get the rescue. And the immediate hit back onto the novelist. So novelist will be back on the chair. Will be blocking off the window here. Batter just trying to stay alive, hiding behind the obstacles, getting ready to utilize his ball. Is able to get the 100% wax while being stunned at the same time. Extremely amazing support from the batter, but just the circumstances are, yeah, it's just hard. There isn't much you can do. Have the Gravekeeper taking this next kite. Another down onto the Gravekeeper. Last chair for the novelist. Okay. Nice loop-de-loop. And we got the swap once again. No pallets done this time. The obstacles in this area is too low, so it's a triple down situation for TE's Hunter. Survivors